Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Sim Racing Alliance. It's season 13. We are starting out tonight strong.
As they do go side by side. It is the formation lap almost done. They will look, all eyes to the right. That's going to be an amazing start.
And we have a crash in turn 1 already. What's going on?
On to the bus stop straight. Goes for it around the outside.
More contact behind. That is huge. A couple of gainers in that one.
She's giving it everything. She has to. I'm not sure that it's over yet, though.
This is the last opportunity.
We're off and away for SRA.
Hello and welcome to our SRA Nations. This is Sim Racing Alliance GT3 Main Series Round 6 in Red Bull Ring. Condition tonight is looking good. We should start soon. Here you have Kurt Master, Mac Morgan, and Trey Morgan. Morgan brothers are back. How are you guys doing tonight?
We're doing pretty good, I think. Well, I'm doing good at least. I don't know about Mac here.
I think I'm doing all right.
Perfect.
Alright, looks like our drivers are piling into the servers right now. Mac, you want to take us through the standing?
Sure. So, leading the championship currently in Division 3, we have Seth Roca, a solid 60-some points ahead of the P2 driver of Dick Zippenburn Jr. And then we've got two more Aston Martins up there in the top 5 of Mike Gino and Austin Weitzcarver, both on the same team. And then you got the Ferrari 296 of Zodi Fade, and that's your top 5 in the silver. Or in gold, sorry. In silver, the top 5, we got Jonathan Wood in the Porsche 992 up at the top of silver. He's pretty close to the P2 driver though, despite there being a bit of space between them in the standings. He is just 12 points higher than Shane Tranju, the second place silver driver in the standings. Then got Jay Queasy and Rene Oki next up in silver, and Christian Holmes, P5 in the silver championship. Who do you guys think might be doing good this race?
Well, Seth Roca and
yep.
Wheezy. Wheezy?
No, Wheezy's. Where's Wheezy?
No, sorry. Yeah.
Queasy.
So, Queasy. My bad. But yeah, so Roca specifically is probably going to do really good here today. In the practice servers, he's about 4/10 up on anyone else. He's doing D1 pace while in D3, so I think he should do really good tonight. Cube, who do you think's going to do good?
Yeah, Seth is just too easy of a pick. Looking at the leaderboard, he has 410 advantage, so 4/10 is massive. I mean, silver-wise, Eaton's looking good. Mark Anthony Eaton, he is currently, well, top silver on the leaderboard. Second place to him is actually quite close as well. Russell Allen, so silver fight is still on.
Yeah, we've got a lot of good drivers here today. But
Moving over to the team standings, our top 5 teams are No Signal in the Aston Martin, Seth Roca and Adam Krolikowski. Red Eye Racing also in the Aston Martin. Red Eye Racing don't deal with the. I wonder if that's cut off there. You know, is it cut off? Are we able to pull up the website to see if it is cut off from something?
Where?
Hold on, let me. Because it says Red Eye Racing don't deal with the. And I'm just wondering, is that cut off?
Could be. It could. That yeah.
I'm pulling up the team standings right now.
Don't deal with the devil.
Don't deal with the devil. Oh, is that the Cuphead team? That's the Cuphead team, isn't it?
You're right. Yeah, that is
right.
the Cuphead.
Yeah. Third place, you got OBDA's Ferrari Alaska Racing Team, Justin McKechnie and Panzo Rigatoni, and the 488. Not the most common car, but they're making it work. Fifth place, got a Violator Racing, which... Terrible name.
What are they gonna violate?
It's a good name. Yeah, what are they violating? Hopefully not the car in front of them. Richie Wood and Adam Taraj. Participation trophy racing, also with OBDA, Austin Townsend, and Dick Burns Jr.
All right, let's go to the track map. We have about a minute or so. Take it away, Trey.
Absolutely. So this track is a very much smaller track in terms of corners than we have been seeing as of late. 10 corners, technically 9 corners. Turn 2 is really not a corner in my mind, but we'll go ahead and go through it anyways. So, as always, we start at the beginning in the pit straight there down at the bottom. Turn 1 is a hard-braking right-hander to start the uphill climb all the way through turn-ish 2 to turn 3. Turn 3 is another sharp right-hander, but the climb between turn 1 and turn 3 is massive. If I remember correctly, He's back.
Whoops, I'm back.
Okay.
Did you accidentally lose the voice channel?
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and continue going over the track map here, assuming that the stream is still working properly.
Yeah, we are. We're back. We're back. We got to turn 3.
Okay, so yeah, so turn 1 to turn 3 is a massive climb. Turn 3 is an amazingly hard braking zone, but it's also a shorter braking zone than you would expect because it's uphill. So after turn 3, the right-hander, you want to make sure that you don't go too wide. It's very easy to lose the rear end at turn 3 just because of the change in elevation. And then after turn 3, you have a slight downhill into turn 4, which is a downhill right-hander. Very easy to lose the rear end because all of the weight gets thrown to your front wheels, not only by obviously braking, but also by just the elevation change at that corner because it's a down right-handed corner. So once you hopefully don't lose the rear end at turn 4 again, you have a turn 5, which is another flat out right-hander, and then into a kind of shorter braking zone, not really an overtaking zone, of turn 6, which is a left-hander. You get full throttle about halfway through that, but it's a sweeping left-handed corner into basically a repeated corner for turn 7. It's almost the same as turn 6, but not really. And then once you get through turn 7, which is another short braking zone, you have turn 8, which should be a flat-out right-hander. And then you have the 2 final turns, quick turns of 9 and 10, semi-hard braking zones, not really overtaking zones, though, unless you get really lucky or just very aggressive. So we will have to see where all we get our overtaking zones up. In my mind, the overtaking zones are going to be turn 1, turn 3, and turn 4, but who knows with this group? They could be anywhere.
I've definitely seen some overtakes happening into, I gotta count the corners, alright. I think that's turn 6, the first of the sweeping left-handers. I've seen some people getting brave, trying to make some moves into there, especially if you should get a switchback on turn 4. They can get you alongside, and maybe just alongside enough to try to go for a move, but it's usually pretty risky and doesn't always turn out the best. But I do think we're going to need to turn our attention to the track here, because I believe our first silver drivers are now crossing the line to start their first laps.
Yep, Pat Cockcroft right now is coming into turn 3. This will be his first time lap after the outlap, but still getting the tire up to window as always. Takes about 2 laps, so 1 outlap and 1 timed lap. Well, I guess you have about 6 laps, is that right? 6 laps of real chance.
Yeah, probably about 6 laps. It can kind of change depending on how, where you go out. Like if you're one of the last cars, you probably won't get a full 6 laps in just because of the traffic jam that sometimes happens. But we'll have to see.
So I'm gonna peek at the leaderboard again. Look at the silver time. Silver time, we're looking at meet 28.
That's a fast time.
I have not practiced quality at all. I did not realize it is that toasty. That is legit toasty for, oh boy.
Yeah, we're up to 34 degrees Celsius track temperature here in the Austrian mountains. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but I just know it's hot.
34, that's pretty dang high. I'm actually
That's
gonna go
100.
look up the
I think that's
conversion.
in the 3-digit in
Yeah,
Fahrenheit.
that's gotta be around 100.
Yeah.
That would
So
not surprise me.
Russell Allen is second on silver leaderboard. We are looking at a 29 flat already, so yeah, they are gonna get to mid 28.
That's around 93 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh. Okay.
Nice and toasty. You could cook an egg on that probably.
I wouldn't want to eat it though.
No, I wouldn't either. But too much rubber.
Absolutely not.
Make you faster though.
True, true. All right, what you eat?
I'll let you test that theory, Cube.
I'm going to a P6 Rotherham right now. Currently, he's about half a second. Oh, he may be getting a little closer to the car up front. Still improving into turn 5-6. In front of him would be Sky. Yeah, Sky is getting a little closer to Rotherham. I don't know if Rotherham going to keep this. It's really close. It's really close in Sector 2. It's not nice.
Yeah, I would almost just abandon this lap and maybe try and scoot behind the 295.
Townsend is not too far behind him either, behind Rotherham. So I don't know. He's either tough it out, either waste this lap or next lap, potentially both. So he's in between a hard gap here.
Yeah. I'm surprised that they're so close together, because if you look on the track map there on the right side...
Plenty of space, yep.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of space, about 6 cars behind Rotherham right now.
I'm going to Mark Anthony Eaton. He just did a 28.8, so about 2/10, I believe, behind his PB. I'm gonna peek at the leaderboard.
I've just realized our
It
top
is 2:10.
three are... The top 3 are within a 10th of each other right now. Russell Allen, Ranayoki, Mark Anthony Eaton, all within a 10th of each other. That is insanely close.
That is pretty close. We do have another almost 5 minutes of qualifying, so they could very well spread themselves up a little bit, but they're doing great right now. As Queasy is starting to kind of unintentionally block Eaton. We just having a bit of a moment here through these corners, having a lot of oversteer.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of pace differential, but Queasy is not obligated to yield since he's still having his own lap.
And then we see Mark Anthony Eaton backing off, building up space again before he nails that pedal to the floor once again to start all over with his laps.
Ooh, and he
to
has
get a
to
good
back
exit.
out of it. He had to back out of that last corner a little bit to make sure he didn't run into Queasy.
I'm gonna hop backward to P7. Sean Williams into 7. I wonder if any of these cars are allowed to use the inside apex curve between turn 4, 7, and 9. Those can be tricky curve to use inside.
Oh. I think you're allowed to. I just
Oh,
don't know if it
that
actually
would.
makes you
Oh, he
faster.
barely kept it in. I thought that would be illegal.
Yeah, no, the track limits for in between 9 and 10 are very wide. Basically, there's 2 sets of curbs there. There's the normal red and white curbs that we see here, and then there's also some serrated curbs on the other side. Once I see another example, I'll go ahead and show it. But you are able, as long as you keep your right-hand tires like on those serrated curbs, you're fine.
You know, I think I gotta call attention to Russell Allen here. 2/10 improved on his PB currently, and he's getting close to the end of it. He's less than a 10th from pole. He could be right about to, you know, you're talking about how close it is right now. I think that how close that is might be ending right here. Of course, he loses a little bit of time in that final sector. But he's coming to the line. He's a 10th clear, and he goes over the line. And I lost a little bit more time, I think, in that final sector. But, I mean, you know, I tell you what, they're still within a 10th of each other.
That is also within a 10th of his PB on the leaderboard. So I think this is relatively well qualifying performance on him already.
Yeah, going a little bit back here in P8 reg, he's about 3/10 up on his current best time. I wouldn't put him close to pole yet, but that would put him in the top 5, I think, as long as he's able to keep this lap going.
Of course, as we cut to him, he loses about a 10.5. Super unfortunate.
Well,
Ooh, cursed.
And he invalidated.
oh,
The curse is real.
he's having a lot of oversteer issues there. Maybe has some.
I'm a
weird
hop to
tires.
P3. Ran Aoki currently 2/10 up in mid of sector 2 with less than 1/10 of gap to pole position.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be a hell of a PP he's putting down right now.
Yeah, so last time we came through here, I was talking about the serrated curves. You can kind of see them in that middle sequence there. But on the outside of turn 9 and turn 10 here, assuming that he doesn't have to slow down too much there's extra curves beyond that red and white curves. That's the blue and white serrated curves. You can put your tires onto those curves there, and I think you're still fine.
Aoki had a horrible final sector
Ooh,
there.
Jinx the man.
He bottled, I think it was nearly a full second of lap time there. Super unfortunate. I mean, I think you saw on the camera how he was drifting through that final corner. It might look cool, but that's not intended. That is not the fastest way around this track.
Absolutely not. And now he will have probably, I would assume that this is his last chance to get a lap through. I don't know if
I think so.
qualifying started at 20 on the dot or 20:30 this time.
I think it's 20 on the dot. And I look at the note. I'm gonna hop back a little. Oh, never mind. Going to Pat Cockcroft. Pat Cockcroft right now is 10.5 up into the mid of the lap.
Time.
Yep.
But he's still got about half a lap to find more time. It's really interesting. I think that part of his lap gains right now was a slipstream from Aoki in front of him. I can't say that for certain, but that's what I'm thinking. And now he's got the dirty air in front of him and a distraction in front of him, so he's not able to improve quite as much. In fact, the only person on track really improving right now, it's not by a whole lot, but it's Transu back in P11, and then Queasy right behind him. Of course, as I say that, Queasy's not really going too fast. Yaren, though, currently in P4, is going through the last corner, and he's about a quarter second up on his best
He about
time.
to steal silver pole?
He
Oh,
might.
damn, son.
Oh, it's gonna be close.
Oh,
It's gonna be
my
close.
god. 8 millisecond. Stolen. Ooh, what a session.
8 thousandths of a second.
Meanwhile, Sean Williams also has a chance to maybe get up there.
No,
That's
I think
really
it's
close.
invalid. Yeah, it was invalid.
Oh, man.
He was 4/10 up on that lap. That would have put him right in the thick of it. But like you're saying, I think he invalidated that. I don't know where though.
Ooh, that would have been a great one too.
That would have been an amazing lap.
Yeah, that was a wild session because it felt like, everybody kind of set their banker laps, and it was a struggle to improve. But I think part of that might have been the track temperature. When the track is this hot, your tires are going to get overheated. They're going to get overpressured. It can become really hard to keep your tires under control. I think we experienced that. Where was it? Indianapolis earlier this season. I think was a little bit like that.
Yeah,
Am I
Indy
right
was
here?
a little toasty. Jeremy Yaren, did he not practice quali at all? Because he improved by seconds.
I don't know. It's possible that he was just impeded. Or
Okay, not
had
second.
issues.
Half a second. PB.
I mean, I've done that before. I did that week 1 at Indy. But,
Oof.
Yeah,
Way
I've
to
done
stand
that.
back.
I've done that as well.
but yeah, no, that's a great lap. But again, like Mac was saying, top of silver is really close. The top 4 drivers are all within a 1/10 of a second. But for right now, we are going to be watching Seth Rocha on his lap. He was the leader in the practice times with a D1 time, a D1 reference time anyway. So we'll have to see if he's able to pull off that same speed. I expect he will, but I don't know if it'll be on this first lap here.
Yeah, he's not only leader of the practice standings, but he's also leader of the championship.
With 4
question
tenths of
remains.
margin, I think it's an easy pole position for him. He just need to not bottle it too hard. Yes, margin to not go full balls and still get pole. Looking at this,
Yeah.
But
which
I would expect him to still go full speed anyways.
which we will look at P2 in the leaderboard. Richie Wood is the one who has a chance to challenge Seth.
As Rocha comes across the line for his first banker lap, and he goes pole immediately.
Too easy.
128.3, 4 tenths clear of
Oh
Yaron.
my gosh. That's pretty fast, guys. That's pretty dang fast.
With tires that is barely functional
Yeah,
and
to
pull
be
a
fair,
4/10 gap.
I don't know with how hot it is. It might be a little bit easier
That's
to get
true,
them
you're
up to
right.
temperature.
I've never been driven in here, so it does wake up tire a lot quicker in these toasties track town.
Yeah. Yeah. Meanwhile, he went P6's first lap, but Taraj is up half a second through turn 1 on his lap.
Yeah, but he went too wide
he
though.
invalidated.
Yep.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. So
Turn 1 track limit is quite tricky to judge, in my opinion. I'm gonna hop back a little more, go to Silverburn Jr. Dick's coming to turn 3, I believe. Who's trailing him so close?
give me a second, I'll find out.
That would be
That's
Kevin
Kovac.
Kovac. Interesting tactic.
Yeah, I'm not
No,
sure
it
that you
could
want to
be.
do that.
It could be something about trying to get the slipstream. I mean, this is a track that doesn't have a super ton, like super high amount of corners. They could be possibly trying to get a little bit of slipstream down
Yeah,
those
you
straights,
gotta-
especially for a car like the Mustang, which is not always the best in corners. It might be worth it to try to get that extra bonus down the straights, get a little bit extra drag with a powerful engine like the Mustang has.
Yeah, but he's 4 tenths down on his best. Well, he doesn't really have the best lap yet.
Yeah, with
So I don't
all
know
the
what he's-
slipstream, you're gonna cough it right up in 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
Those are quite high speed corner.
Yeah, so if you're able to get like a tow from a teammate who'll get out of the way,
Exactly,
that would probably
agree.
be worth it.
Yep.
But not,
They would
maybe
have
not
to
in
get
this
out of the
Strategy
way
for
for
tomorrow,
you.
Trey? Strategy for tomorrow?
Most definitely. Anyway,
Oh,
Kovac comes across the line.
5-7-0. Got a boo boo. Let me replay that.
Whoop,
Ooh.
that's the big boo boo there.
Turn
Little
one.
bit too much
Oh, a
curve
lot
on
of
the inside.
sausage.
Yeah. Just
I know we're
too
in
much
Austria.
curve. There he goes.
I know we're in Austria, but surely you can hang off on eating until after the race. Well, Ryan Wood jumps up to P5. He's still 7
Richie.
tenths off the leaderboard, though. So we'll have to see what he's able to do. Because both his and Roka's best times are a lot faster than what they've, well, maybe not a lot faster, but definitely for Wood.
Yeah, Roka's pretty close to his PB. I think he's about a 10th off the PB he has on the leaderboard currently.
Yeah, Wood's about 3 tenths off his personal best, so I'm not sure how much closer he'll be able to get to Roka, but I assume he'll at least be able to beat the group, the silvers in front of him, as the booster ski is also now up into P4. Ooh, now P2.
Oh. Might we has a new challenger appeared?
Well, he's still half a second off as someone goes wide. I'm not sure who that was, but someone went off the track in front of booster ski.
Yeah, turn 1. Not sure who that was.
I think it might have been McKechnie. Well, he just reset to the pits, so I think it was him.
So it's
but
probably
I could
him.
be
You're
wrong.
right. That was a good guess, though. Oh, a Scarver invalidated. We're going to 2 right, coming into turn 4.
Yeah, he had a pretty okay turn 4. About as good as his last one, maybe. But we'll have to see how he does this corner, because I think that's turn 6.
6.
Yeah, is really important to lap time, almost deceptively so, because if you mess up turn 6, then the entire rest of the lap until you get to 9 and 10 is really bad. Currently, he's about 4/10 up on his last time, or his best time, so if he can hold it through these last 2 corners, he should do pretty good. He holds it through turn 9.
That'll be P2-3 he's looking at.
Oh,
SP2?
He lost almost a second through turn 10, though.
P3.
He does get up to P3, and that's a pretty good time, but still time left on the board.
You know, it looks like the other Yaron brother might also be trying to do something. Of course, he's losing a little bit of time as I'm talking about him. But Jason Yaron going through the final corner right now. 3/10 up. Oh, and he loses time in the final corner. Just 2/10 now. Will be a little bit under that by the time he gets to the line.
Getting quite a few spot up to P9.
Yeah, still a pretty good jump. Behind him, Wood was almost 3/10 up on his best lap to meet his PB. Now he's only about a 1.5 second, or 1.5 tenths up, and that takes him up to P4. So still a pretty good lap, but still time left on the table.
He may have 2 more laps. He just barely crossed the line, so.
And meanwhile, up at the front, Booster Ski's improving a little bit on his time. I'm not sure what Roka's doing, but Roka... Oh,
no,
Booster Ski
never
just
mind.
invalidated.
Jinxed.
Meanwhile, Roka's going into the pits.
Regatoni? Yeah, Roka's saying no one's gonna touch this with half a second of advantage.
Who's that off at the exit of turn 4?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, somebody went off exit of turn 4, just re-entered the track right in front of
Oh, that may have
Jason
been done.
Yaron.
Let me replay this. Dutton's a validated lap.
Did he just get too wide or something?
Nope, I think I just picked the wrong car.
That would do it, unfortunately.
That'll do it.
Going back to Silverburn Jr. Dick is right now 3/10 up. Last turn into pit straight. He can't get to keep it in 2-second row. Enough. That's a pretty good starting place, I would say.
Yeah. Especially considering who else in front of him.
Yeah.
I don't really think anyone's going to be able to catch Roka, so unless something happens to him on the race starter, if he has an issue, it might just be battle for best
run away. I think it's just running. He's going to run away. Going back to Curtis Lee. Have quite a gain here, near half a second, coming up onto T3 hairpin. Looks like he is getting near the rear of a Yaron. That would be Jason. It is.
Yeah, and Jason's still on a valid lap. I think Jason had an issue going through turn 1 because he's 3/10 down on his best lap. Now he's gaining that through there, but we'll have to see if he's able to gain any of that time back.
Curtis right now.
I think he drifted through the first corner a little bit, just got a little bit spicy on the entry.
That would do it.
Yeah, Curtis trying to hold on to his 4/10 and 4.5 tenths of advantage, hoping to not get backed up, but it is gonna be very difficult through this 6 through 8 sequences while following tightly.
Yeah, even if he's able to only just keep this 3-second gain or 3/10 gain, that would still jump him up a good amount of positions as long as he's able to hold it.
And he's not more, a quarter up. Dick Silverburn Jr. just crossed the line, gained another spot into P3. Curtis Lee into P8.
And I believe that is our qualifying done.
That's quite a mix of gold and silver within top 10.
Yeah, that's a great mix there. But Roka is pole by a long shot, and we will do our good walk after we get a word from our sponsors.
A huge thank you to our SRA sponsors and title sponsors for supporting us here at SRA, as well as support from Documise, a modern business solution for product management. Go to documise.com to learn more today. And support from Retro Saga, a North American-based gaming company that provides accessories for your favorite classic systems, including Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation, and much more. Enhance your retro gaming experience today at retrosaga.ca. And a big thank you to our affiliates, Track Racer. Experience redefined gaming with Track Racer's high quality sim rigs and accessories. Use code SRATE at checkout to support us. Armamentario, a toolbox for ACC that will enhance your chance to win. Enjoy a fully customizable and enhanced HUD to change the way you experience ACC. AT3D Sim Shop. Upgrade your sim racing experience today with premium 3D printed accessories featuring precision crafted magnetic shifters, sleek cable management solutions, versatile stream deck mounts, and immersive dashboard displays. Their innovative designs enhance performance and style, elevate every lap with top tier quality and craftsmanship at at3d.net. Go Setups, premium esports setups for everybody. Use our affiliate link on our Discord and take your drive to the next level. Castle and Cauldron, a home-based crafting business specializing in handmade Harry Potter, Fantastic Beasts and Fairy World collectibles. Magic wands, potions, mini dioramas, wall decor, costumery, cosplay and much more. Castle and Cauldron is where crafting meets the magical. Visit facebook.com/Castle Cauldron. And from KP Concepts, your source for custom automotive renderings, graphic design, and printing. We spend countless hours making you look all good for the spectacle. Check out kpconcepts.com for more.
And we're back. Our driver is gonna start their formation lap. Seth Rocha is gonna lead the way. No signal SCR. Trailing Busterski, P2. Dick Sipburn Jr. in P3. Crash test dummy. Nice, hopefully he doesn't crash. And we have two right, Adam. Richie Wood in P5. That I'm a little surprised is not a bit further ahead. We got Jeremy Yaren, P6. P7, Russell Allen. Mark Anthony Eaton in P8. Curtis Lee in the Lexus, P9. And then we got Aoki P10. And then another Yaren. Jason Yaren in 11th. Alexander Giordano in 13th. Austin Weiscarver in 14th. And then we got Jonathan Wood in 15th. Justin McCackney in 15th. And then we got Pat Cockcroft in 17th. Leading Roddy Burns. And then we got Mike Gahn. And then we have Kevin Kovic. Tyler Martin, P21, Sean Williams, 20 seconds, Ball of Water, Jake Queasy in 23rd, Shane Transu, 24th, 25th, Zodi Fate, Dustin Fickard, 26th, and then we have Thomas Drake, Christian Holm, Sex Sky, Austin Townsend in 38th, Justin Rosenthal, Eric Rutherham, Matt Artem in 33rd with a quality ban, I believe, and then Stephen Dutton, he just didn't put in a time.
Yeah, so we got a lot of people here as the grid begins to form into their double file line. I'm expecting a lot of fun in this first lap. This racetrack is deceptively tight at times, especially with all of its sharp corners. Mackenzie, who do you expect to do good in this race?
There's the obvious answer of Seth Roca. One thing I'm really interested to see is our silver pole. I believe it's Jeremy Aaron, right? Or is that Jason Aaron?
That was Jeremy.
Yes,
it's Jeremy Aaron. Always mix them up. They've qualified both of them really well, and I'm really interested to see how well they wind up doing. But I do believe we are just about ready to go green. They are approaching the line.
Boosterski getting a little bit of a jump there, it almost looks like, and we are just about ready to go green. And we are green. As Roca doesn't get a really good start, he might have to watch Boosterski there on the inside. No, he gets much better brakes. He does go very wide though, so Boosterski has a chance to go past him, and he does. He gets a great line there, as there's a little bit of contact there in the back. I'm not sure who that was, but no big issues. But Boosterski gets past Roca in the opening section of this race. Very nice job there to
big pan
him through. Oh no!
That's true, right? I believe.
Taraj.
Oh, he's dropping back too far. I can't click his name.
All the way back to the end of the back of the pack.
Oh no!
Super unfortunate.
Oh, I didn't replay it enough. That looks a lot damaged though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's more bum touching going on. 3 wide through turn 3. Not a good idea.
That's quite the accordion effect there.
That is indeed.
That's not what you want to see, but out front it is mostly clean. Boosterski has kept his lead. Roca isn't letting him go, but he's doing very good. Jeremy Yarin got past Ryan Wood. I think it's Ryan.
Richie.
Richie Wood. Richie Woods. Yeah, so he got past Wood there for P4, and we will have to see where he ends up. Zipperburn, I think, stayed in the same position.
Fickert went wide or something? Some kind of incident with Fickert. Not entirely sure.
Is that a team kill? Oh, self-delete.
Oh.
Just got a little bit too greedy with the gas pedal, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
It's really shocking to go wide through there, though.
That is, but you don't want to just give out free position, I suppose.
Absolutely
Roca
not.
might be shaping up a move on Boosterski into turn 3, but thinks better of it. But he does force Boosterski defensive. Could be trying to get a good exit out of that, out of turn 3 there, heading into turn 4. He's right on his tail, close enough that he could possibly try to make a move if he wanted to, and he's gonna pull out alongside. But Boosterski going defensive, but he overcooks it a little bit. Rocha trying to get the switch back. If you're able to look back at that, I think we got it in the pip right now. Rocha around the outside through turn 6. They're side by side. Boosterski just edges out on the inside, and now it's open the door for
Zipperburn Jr.
Zipperburn Jr. to try to make a move, but he's not close enough.
Yeah. Meanwhile, on the main screen, we were watching. I believe that was Aoki and Eaton fighting there in the back.
They are still going at each other, coming into 9 now.
Yeah, and a little bit behind them, Rigatoni and McKechnie are also fighting, not quite as closely as all these guys up front, a little bit further up front of them are, though.
Curtis is eyeing for someone slipped when Ian or Aoki are fighting up front.
And meanwhile, this might be a good chance for Roca here to make a pass. He is very close to the back of Boosterski, and he goes to the outside. They are side by side now into turn 3. I don't know if he'll have the room on the outside to take it, and he doesn't, but he does force Boosterski to take that inside line. So Roca might have another chance to try and do something here into the main, or down in turn 4. He goes to the outside again.
That is brave to side by side in turn 4.
Yeah,
great fights going on.
A little bit
great racing between both of them right now. I mean, they are neck and neck.
Yeah, but a little bit further behind them, McKechnie and Waitscarver are side by side. I believe Yarin got past both of them, but I could be wrong on that.
Yeah.
I think Yarin was ahead.
Okay.
Oh, Aoki and Anthony are fighting still. Oh man, Curtis is very close. Just because Aoki is backing both of them up. Curtis eyeing on the inside in turn 9. Ducked back in. It's going to compromise his 9 a little bit. That bring Yarin, that would be Jason, in the back closer to the 4 pack. Going back forward, coming into T1. Rocha is still trying to get Boosterski. Oh, that would be a speed token for Boosterski.
And Roca.
And Roca too, you think?
Yeah.
Oh yes, you are correct. You are correct. and I highly doubt any of them lifted for it. So
Definitely
that would
not.
be a speed token spent, and maybe by not spending speed token, Dexter Burn Jr. can apply a little bit of pressure onto Roka.
Yeah.
I'm going back. Curtis Lee is trying to overtake Anthony. Mark Anthony coming into turn 4. Curtis got the inside.
We also got a fight between Allen and Wood for P5. Not near as tight as the one we're looking at right here, though, and it looks like they've sorted it out themselves.
Yes, that indeed. Going to Allen and Wood now. Into the start of sector, or middle sector 2.
Yeah, there's a lot of good battles everywhere. A little bit further back, Dutton and Holmes are fighting for P24. Kovic and Giordano were side by side here in the pit down at the bottom right. They were side by side for a while. They seem to have sorted themselves out, but we have a lot of massive trains going on, which is to be expected to start at the race. But everyone from P8 to P18 is all within a second of the car in front of them.
And even that, P18 is just about within a second of the car in front of them. So it's
Meanwhile,
really...
Williams had a moment there, Sean Williams. I'm not sure
I'm
what
gonna
happened.
replay that. Yeah, he lost, about to lose another spot, so he lost 2 spots at least. Oh, that's quite an oversteer. Used too much curb on the inside. Either too much curb
Lucky to keep it
or
on the
right
wall.
height too low. Yeah, exactly. Agree.
Oh, Roka and Booster Ski side by side into turn 3, but that looks like they sorted it out. Heading into turn 4 now. Roka's pretty close. He might try to go for it. He doesn't, but he's still keeping that pressure on Booster Ski. He's filling Booster Ski's rear view mirror. I mean, the pressure on Booster Ski right now, insane. He knows how far ahead of him Roka was in qualifying. He knows how fast Roka has been in practice. Booster Ski's only real chance here is to just keep him behind, and he has to be constantly defending. Well, so Rocha's going to get around him, and let me tell you, that's going to be tiring for Booster Ski.
With that
Absolutely.
pace
Pressure on him
differential,
right now.
I wonder if Rocha right now is plotting a big undercut, at least big-ish undercut, maybe in another 5-10 minutes or so.
Yeah. A little bit further back, Artem got past Giordano. Giordano invalidated his lap, so he could have been a moment. I'll see if I can... I don't think I can find whatever happened, unfortunately, but just wanting to bring some light to our not quite front of the pack.
Now we're on with Ball Vault with Jake Queasy chasing Roddy Burns.
Ooh, who was
Ooh,
that?
that is a little wide. Is he gonna have to cough that up?
Roka to the inside of Booster Ski. Just backs out of it.
And
Oh, now that-
from the outside.
Now that bring... Oh, Junior's got a spot
Can we
out
get
of...
a replay on that?
Who? Everyone, I can't have only one screen.
Here, I'll show it in the...
I get Junior. I get Junior. We're both playing that.
There's too much happening this race.
There's too much.
Got back around, and then Zipperburn got back around. I'm looking at it live right now. I don't even know who's ahead right now. Zipperburn's ahead by just a little bit. But I tell you what, that's taking the pressure off of Booster Ski, who's now got a second gap to Zipperburn right behind him.
Yeah, this is absolutely insane racing out front. We thought Roka was going to do really good, and he's lost 2 places. Now, the first one through turn 1, he just had a little bit of an incident.
You stay there. I'm gonna hop back to
wide.
Aoki and Russell Allen. We have a lot of good stuff going on at the same time.
It's so hard. There's so many battles.
Ooh, Aoki have the power
see?
over out of 10. I'm going back to Christian Home on the main screen. We have a no. We don't have a main screen.
While we're watching that, Artem and Holmes had a little bit of an argy-bargy moment through turn 9 and 10. I don't know if they exchanged positions. They might have, but a lot of good positions.
Roka and Zipperburn.
They're side by side. I don't think he'll be able to pass on the outside. No,
Oh
he
my
does.
God! It just got outbraked.
Oh, but he's going wide, and Zipperburn's
No, we gotta
gonna
keep
get a better
it.
exit here. Zipperburn's gonna get a better exit here. He might be able to pull alongside, but I do think
that's
that
quite a
Aston Martin is
squeeze.
just far enough ahead, but he might be able to stick it around the outside. Roka's leaving him the space, though he doesn't have to. He might be going for the switchback. Roca covers it off, but Zipperburn's still got that better exit, and now he's alongside.
There's a
along
yellow
the inside through turn 5.
I can't tell the number. Number 6. That'll be Alexander Giordano. Giordano. Oh no. Oh, got pit. That would be Austin Townsend, I believe.
Oh, that's awful.
Oh, that's super unfortunate. And Roca has solidified his spot in front of Zipperburn now. But that whole battle was exactly what Booster Ski needed. 1.2 seconds is the gap behind him. It's not much, but it is enough. It is enough for him to be able to take a moment, to breathe, to relax, reorganize himself before, well, we think, at least, Seth Rocha will be right back on his tail, right back, putting the pressure on for the lead.
Yeah. A little bit.
Oh, we got side-by-side Dutton and Williams going outside 10 and got some elbows out, door banging. Now both of them are supposed to lose a spot. Yeah, you were playing on the pip, yes? Oh, no. It's further back. Oh my god, it really is. Another door bang! That would be Williams and Matt Artem, I believe. That's coming out of turn 1.
Oh, they're getting ready to go 3 wide to turn 3 up.
Oh my god.
Rigatoni, who is that? Pat Cockcroft, Rigatoni. Oh, they're going 3 wide down the straight to turn 4 now.
Oh my god, this is a mess. I love this. And that would be Transu. No, that's Martin, White Scarver, and oh, there's some door banging. Please don't kill each other.
Come on, do well, Tyler Martin. You're my fantasy driver. Come on, you got this.
We're going back to Matt Artem and Sean Willem. They're still forcing each other out of the track. Elbows out.
White Scarver, no.
White Scarver. Oh no, I'm gonna replay that on the main screen. Uh-oh, what's going on?
White Scarver and I think that was Martin had a little bit of a moment going into turn 6, and then he just was just unstable going through the entire corner.
Oh, and then Rigatoni came in and finished the job. Oh, they still pointing mostly the right way, mostly.
Yeah, mostly the right way, but I think White Scarver is now going into the pits.
Oh my
so he's taking
god.
this opportunity.
That is quite a pace differential. Up front, Busterski's already getting under attack by Seth. That pace differential is just ginormous. If I was Dick Zipperburn Jr., I wouldn't feel too bad losing that position there. That pace differential is just... And right here, they're trying to outbreak each other into... That would be 3. Yes. They are still fighting. A teeny bit. Yeah, and that brought Dick Zipperburn Jr. right to the back of them again.
I'm going to go ahead and replay that and see if there was contact here in the pit. Yes,
a teeny bit. A teeny bit. Yep.
Nothing too big though.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be a big issue.
My gosh, guys. I think we need to all take a moment here. I know there's still fights going on, but what a race this has been so far.
Oh, Kovac just dropping like a rock. What happened?
Oh no!
Okay, that looks argy-bargy, but okay, you gotta let him in.
Oh
no! Yeah, you have to let him back on track there.
Yeah, when you push someone out like that, I think you should let them back in.
Oh, and he just RTG'd.
Yeah, I can't blame him too hard either for RTGing. Going to Burns. Oh my god, I got a heart attack. I thought Queasy is gonna get murdered. Very good racing though. No one died.
We are less than a quarter of the way through this race already, and I am on the edge of my seat.
And have 3 potential heart attack.
Yeah.
Going back up front.
What's going on?
We still got the 3 podium runner. We got Busterski, got the position out of T1. Seth Roger have some exchange.
He's
they're really close.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh
my goodness! Dick Zipperburn Jr. is smelling blood in the 3rd place.
He'll be forced around the outside, and I don't think he'll quite have the good enough brakes or turning power to get it done on the outside. But he will have a chance.
Fade.
I'm gonna replay. Okay, I stay up front.
Yeah, so they are going. Fade and Artem are going side by side down into turn 4 here. I believe that's turn 4. And
I think so.
Right
in the picture.
He's trying to follow Artem through. He doesn't get the chance though. Artem, I don't know if he got past but he's able to maintain that position in front of Zayden Dutton.
Oh, Aoki went to the sand pit. Replaying that. That will be Russell Allen, I believe.
Was that Aoki that was wide?
Yes. I believe they're coming into 6.
He's going again now. But
6. Oh my God, that would be Russell's fault.
7,
Easy. Yep, that's 7. You're right.
Or 8, I guess, because exit is 7.
That's right.
8.
Correct.
Yeah. Super
Sucks.
unfortunate.
That was just a really bad hip check there.
Yeah, that was.
He's going again in 15th. Super unfortunate. You know, I do want to take a moment though. I just want to. I was looking at the positions changed, and we do have some big
Sodi
movers.
Fate. Is that Sodi Fate?
I think.
No, that was
That's just. Well, someone is
try
still yellow flagged back there, number 720. I'm not sure who that
That's
is.
Sean Williams, I believe.
Oh.
That car looks like Sean Williams. Not sure.
I would agree with that, but I don't.
That looked expensive. Maybe I'm gonna check the lock real quick. I'm gonna put the camera up front and check the lock.
All right.
Yeah, car disconnected. Sean Williams and then Stephen Dutton. 720 and 810.
Oh.
Unplugged. So yup. Then it is a good guess that that was Sean Williams. Rest in peace.
Yeah, I'll see if I can pull up the replay of.
Oh, good idea.
That contact.
I'm looking at this right now. I just want to call attention to Artem, who's moved up 15 positions since the start of the race. I don't think that Artem qualified. Did he have a qualifying ban?
Correct. Yeah, that would be quite a sweet gain that he is having right now. He does have a quality ban, yeah.
So, you know, despite that quality ban, with the chaos of this race and with the racing we have seen, which I'm sure there's more going down somewhere.
He's trying. Seth's trying it again. Turn 3 outside. This must have been the 4th or 5th time. That again, same thing happened. Brought Dixon Byrne Jr. closer to closer every time Seth tried that move. Now Busterski is gonna pick in the inside, but not the most end. There, little bum touch! He's gonna wait. Please wait. He is waiting. That's good. Free spot for Dick Zimmerberg Jr. And he's gonna run away with it with 2 seconds.
Oh my goodness! Jeremy Yarn up into P2 as a result of that. A silver driver.
Yeah, he's been waiting behind that battle about a second back for like 6 laps at this point, basically ever since the start. Meanwhile, Queasy gets overtaken by Aoki and might get overtaken by Burns here.
I'm gonna try to replay the Aoki. Oh, that was quite approach speed by Jonathan Wood. Now side by side with Burns.
Yeah, that was some amazing braking there. They go side by side in turn 9. Wood maybe backs out of it. He does. He goes wide, so that is now Burns' position there.
I hope that doesn't cost him a ticket. Burns really wide too. Are they side by side on pit straight? Very much so.
Meanwhile,
and Booster Ski might have had that incident, might have had that crash, but they're still going at it for that final podium position for P3, and they are side by side through turn 3. Roca with no, Booster Ski is the better exit. Roca trying to hold on to that, trying to hold on alongside. They're heading into turn 4 now. Roca's got the outside, Booster Ski on the inside. Roca's gonna hold on.
A little hip check. Okay. Everyone live.
Not like their contact last lap, but elbows out between these two drivers. They have been fighting all race.
So I'm very glad that when Raucher slightly spun Busterski, he waited and didn't just take advantage of that error. That is a good sportsmanship here. We're going back a little bit. P10, Justin McKechnie chasing Jason. That's Jason Yaren.
a little bit behind them, Martin almost had a look at on Pat Cockcroft into turn 9. Decided to back out of it though.
Probably for the best. Turn 9, not the best overtaking spot generally. It's a
Yeah,
little bit too
9-10
high
is not
speed.
really overtaking, but it's a setup for turn 1 though.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you can definitely make people fear the overtake
Yes,
into turn
and compromise
9,
them.
because
Yeah.
especially if you get a really good exit out of turn 7 and 8, you can really make, kind of just edge along there, really look into it. I think we got is that
That's Curtis Lee and Richard Wood.
And right behind them, I believe that's Ryan Allen was looking
Russell.
to pick up the scrap. Russell
Yep.
Allen. I should just use last names. Those are the ones that are
Yeah,
up there.
it's easier if you don't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a quick report up front on the podium position. So Dixon Burn Jr. is right now our race leader because there's some scuffle between Roger and Busterski. Last lap of Dixon Burn Jr. is 30.2. It's okay lap time invalidated, and the P2 is Jeremy Yaren, half a second faster than Silverburn Jr. And then with Busterski and Rogers, about mid 30 last lap time. So because those two are fighting.
Eaton goes wide.
I'm gonna try to replay that.
Exited turn 7. He's just going a little bit wide, and that's going to allow Yaren and McKechnie to go right by. Now Cockcroft also looking to make a position, and he goes into the pits.
Yeah, Eden just had a massive snap of oversteer there through that corner and couldn't do anything. Meanwhile, out front, Yaren is within half a second of Zipperburn Jr.
I think Zipperburn might have made a mistake into turn 1 because he, or somewhere at least, because he lost a lot of time last lap.
Yeah, and Yaren is in that Ferrari, so he will have a very clear advantage on the brakes compared to that Porsche. He just has to manage to get close enough to him to try and overtake.
Yeah, there's also the matter of tires. I know the Porsche isn't the kindest to its tires. It's kind of a type of car where you kind of got to be sliding around all over the place. And we're reaching the end of the first stint right now. I mean, we just saw Mark Anthony Eaton dive into the pits. And so, you know, the question is kind of open of how dead the tires are on the Porsche, on that Porsche that Zipperburn's driving.
Absolutely.
Now we're going back to P4. We're still fighting between Busterski and Roger. Coming into I-9, I believe. Oh, it maybe is interesting.
Roger's going into the pits. He's trying for the undercut.
Yes, Roger is going to go.
Sorry.
Oh no, sorry, you're correct. That Roger is going into the pit. I think I agree with this. Pit strat's gonna be you're gonna have to undercut. Busterski defense is too good.
Yeah, and undercutting on the Porsche is a lot easier than trying to say overcut. Is also Burns goes into the pits. So
and
we are
we
now
have
beginning to see these front runners going to the pits, which is kind of surprising that we're seeing some of these front people pit first and not the back people.
And we have Justin
Yaren-
McKechnie, chasing Yaren. Yaren defend on P3 or turn 3.
A little bit of an oversteer moment for McKechnie, but he's able to control it. And we'll have to see how he tries to attack him. Now, of course, they are both in the same, I believe they're in the same Ferrari.
Yes, I think so.
So they're at least both in Ferrari, so they won't have the same advantage-disadvantage game that we have out front. But it will be interesting to see. Speaking of out front, Zipperburn has opened up about a second gap to the other Yaren. And now...
Aoki and Rigatoni. Yeah, we're looking at that right now. Side by side through the entry turn 6. I started back out before turn 7. But they are so close together. I'm wondering if one of them might try to sell down. Aoki gets a pretty good exit.
Oh, I wonder
right
if
behind.
someone's gonna
Cockcroft
dip
and
in.
Cockcroft and Martin just in front of them are going side by side through turn 9. Cockcroft backs out of it a little bit, but he will have a great run down into turn 1 if he's able to do it, as I believe McKechnie...
Busterski into the pits. He's trying to cover off that undercut.
McKechnie has now gotten past Yaren up into provisional P5. I don't know how that will work out with pits quite yet, but... Yeah, Busterski, Wood, and Artem, and now Transu are all in the pits.
So I'm looking at the pit delta, not stationary time. Fastest pit delta we're seeing is about 60 seconds. Ranged from 60 to 62 seconds for a good stop. So we can look for that as the front runner is about to pit.
Booster ski out of his pit box, starting moving. He had a slightly faster stop than Roca did by about 4 seconds, but he's coming out of the pits right now. Yeah, he's gonna have a better pit stop than Roca, but Roca, of course, with those fresh tires, might have been able to make that up. Coming out of the pits, and he can see.
Replay that.
He can see the driver there in front of him, but I don't think it's enough. I think Roca is gonna have to get this done on track.
Absolutely.
I think Aoki got a spot out of Rigatoni in turn 4 through 6. Let's see. Oh, Rigatoni massive under. Almost shot turn 4. Free spot for Aoki. Yep.
Meanwhile, a little bit further back in P25, Artem here down in the pip on the bottom right is looking to overtake Burns. He forces Burns to go wide. I don't know if he'll have the traction out of the corner though. The Porsche has amazing short acceleration, if I remember correctly, and I do believe he does manage to keep that spot, but he will have again another outside line, so we'll have to see how he tries to attack here again. Artem better on the brakes that time, and he gets out in front of him.
Going a little bit wide because he might have gotten on the gravel, and that would have affected his getaway.
Yeah, and he's now being squeezed to the inside here through turn 6. I think he should be okay as long as Burns doesn't try anything sneaky. He goes a little bit wide. Burns giving him a little bit of a look up the inside, just making him think through these corners. And now Burns will have another couple laps or another couple corners to make him think before he probably does his actual overtake attempt into turn 1 or turn 3, as he goes a little bit of an oversteer, but that's just how the Porsche drives.
Yeah, if I'm Burns. Oh wait, no, they already pit. So he's got to. They're gonna have to fight this out. Zipperburn Jr. right now is still leading the race, and have about almost 2-second gaps.
Yeah, so he has a lot of room to do stuff. Meanwhile, Wood. I believe Wood has gone in. No, Queasy has gone into the pits, and so has Cockcroft.
I think this is really risky for Zipperburn here, and it might lose him his lead here because Roca behind him, one of the drivers he's trying to hold off, has set the fastest lap this most recent lap, I do believe. In 128.565. Pretty dang fast lap. That's what, 5/10 off the qualifying pole? That's better than most people put in qualifying, isn't it?
Pretty close. Once he crosses the line, I will go ahead and tell you the pit delta, or the delta between Roca and boosters and Zipperburn out front.
I think I'm looking at that right now is exactly the pit delta within 2-3 seconds. It's hard to predict within that margin.
Zipperburn has got to come into the pits quickly because both Boosterski and Roca are just, they're hounding down there. They got fresh tires and they are using them. If Zipperburn doesn't come into the pits, which it doesn't look like he will be just yet, as he goes another lap.
That delta is not looking good. You said it's about 60 seconds for a pit delta, and Roca is about 55 seconds behind Zipperburn out front, so he is losing this possible race win if he doesn't pit soon. Now, he could be going for the overcut and trying to just have those really fresh tires at the end of the race, and that will help the Porsche with its tire wear, but I would have assumed that you'd want to try an undercut, or at least...
I agree on the undercut. Oh, Aoki got a DT. I assume speed token related.
Super unfortunate for Aoki.
Now Burns and Matt Artem still fight. Oh, Matt Artem is heavily defending inside. Justin's trying to go through as well.
We have a lot of drivers there. Oh, get a little squirrely, Justin McKechnie. Do believe I was. Yeah.
Yeah, I think for the Dick Zipperburn Jr. depends on what he's aiming. Like, does he really think he have a chance for the win? I guess podium seems okay. Seems relatively safe. Does he feel like he should go for the win or get a safe podium 3rd spot? Because the pace differential, I'll be quite frank, Rocha and Busterski is just quite a bit ahead pace-wise when they're not fighting each other. But I suppose you can hope that they are fighting at the back, which they are doing right now.
Yeah, Busterski and Roka are fighting right now, and their last lap was almost a second slower than Zipperburn's lap. So if they keep fighting like this for too long, they could that could fall right into Zipperburn's hands as Roka tries again around the outside of turn 3, doesn't make it, and we'll have to find another way to try and pass Busterski here.
You know, I tell you what, somebody called the president. We got a new nomination for Minister of Defense.
It is.
Meanwhile, Zipperburn has gone past the pits again. So he's not even going for the middle strategy of just pitting at like 30 minutes.
He's just using his
sorry, go ahead.
Good air. I think he's just feeling okay with going through blue flags. This track is quite friendly for lap traffic. I feel like there's ample opportunity for you to go around lap traffic. So I think maybe he feel like it's not as impeded, so he's just gonna run until he really feels the tires.
Yeah. I mean, there's only really one spot that's difficult for blue flags around this track, and that would be around turn 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8. That frame, it's like, you probably don't want to let somebody around through there, but, you know, right before that and right after that, you have some pretty decent straights that if you need to let somebody by, like, you can just lift off, get off the line, and you'll be right out of their way.
And the main score, we got Rigatoni inside of Pat Cockcroft coming into TU1. Duck back in. They are pretty close. Depends on exit. Rigatoni may have another chance. Is he gonna get a tow down T3?
He's not getting into the tow.
He is not getting in. Get in there, Penzo.
This isn't like where you need to cool your engine. This isn't NASCAR.
Uh-oh, is he having Ferrari problem?
I hope not.
Going back on the effective podium. Rocha is still fighting Busterski. Quite a fight here. They are they're quick but not exactly threatening to Dixon Burn Jr. Why is my Delta all weird?
I think it has to do with the lap.
Yeah, no, there's this weird thing when it's crossing the line for whatever reason, where it's taking it to a negative number based on something. When it's across the line on race control.
We should see that pretty soon as they're coming.
I think it might have to do with the fact that Zipperburn is technically lapped just about everyone except for Yarn,
when we cross the finish line, at least according to this wonky Delta, Zipperburn Jr. is only 50-some seconds ahead. 50-some seconds is not nearly enough, as Busterski is taking the middle row and got penetrated. Again.
Not again.
And please wait. Yep, so he did very well.
Yeah, they might have a boxing match here at the end of this race.
I know. I'm going.
Roka and Busterski, elbows out, all raised.
The one thing that I will say is kind of funny.
Oh, is it finally gonna happen? Oh, I think they made a little bit of contact there on the around the apex.
And now Seth's gonna get it inside, but the overlap may not be as established. Finally, is he gonna get a better exit though? That is a big question. Is he? They're still side by side to 7, but I think Seth's gonna get this one. He's gonna be highly compromised at entry. Is he gonna be vulnerable though? Nope.
No,
8 is good. 8 looks good.
Busterski just went a little deep.
Yep.
And it took how many? It took
22 laps.
Minutes.
Yep.
21 laps or so. 21, 22 laps, and over half an hour. But Roka has finally made his way around Busterski.
After a couple bum touches. Just a tip.
The one thing I will say is kind of funny.
One of the Yarns is in the pits right now.
Meanwhile, Zipperburn still is not in the pits. But to try and get my thing across finally, the one thing I find kind of funny about this battle is that Roka and Busterski are fighting each other. And they're on different teams, but their teammates are both battling each other with Queasy and Burns.
Oh,
I find that kind of funny.
That's cool.
Now, of course, they are in different sections of the race. They're fighting for the lead while Queasy and Burns are fighting probably for...
Oh, Zipperburn finally into the pits.
All right, guys. So we're gonna follow Roger. See where Roger's gonna come out. Seth is into the middle of sector 2, coming into turn 6.
I will keep following our Zipperburn
here. Yep.
I'll try to keep an eye out for any other battles that might happen while we're so focused on this battle for the lead in the pits.
Yeah, Zipperburn's got about 3-4 seconds left until he's able to start moving.
Okay, he just dropped. Oh, this is tight. Seth's just coming into 9. About 10.
Zipperburn's gonna keep it.
Yeah, he's...
Because he's nearly to the pit exit.
Yeah,
now.
but exiting 1, you're heavily compromised. So if the exit is about equal, you are vulnerable down turn 2 up to 3.
Booster Ski is now out of the pits. He's on to the straight.
Where's Junior?
He's
Oh,
right
there we go. Woo! 2 second gap. Is he gonna get to keep it though? He still have. He still have about
2 seconds?
18 laps to fight, I think. That's about 18 laps or so, I believe.
He might have several laps to fight, but if I'm able to pull up the info, he's also got tires that are a solid 10 minutes younger.
That's
nice delta. That's nice delta. Yep. But you gotta take care of it, not use them too earlier.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think Brigatoni got past Gino there. I'm not sure if that was an issue that happened or what.
I'll actually replay that. We're coming into turn 3. Gino on the inside, Brigatoni on the outside. Braking side by side. Rigatoni slightly ahead. Ooh, that was a nice limit on Gino.
Yeah.
Going back to Roddy Burns.
You guys missed it. Booster Ski just had a major drift through turn 10. I thought he was going into the wall.
I'm gonna see if I can play that. Yeah, I may be able to catch that. Boosterski coming into 9. Oh, dang! Nice save.
I kept that on the track.
You gotta pit for pants.
I just caught that on my game, and I was like, oh no, Booster Ski! And then he saved it. Oh, it was so close there.
Yeah.
I think Alan on White Scarver into turn 3 right now.
And he gets past
like
him.
White Scarver just lets him by.
Yeah.
I would say that's probably the case. Meanwhile, we have a pretty good battle for what will eventually be P11, but P11 through P16 are all basically right next to each other in a little train here, right behind Pat Cockcroft. I'm not sure if he's really formed the train or if it's just that they're all fighting behind him and aren't able to pass him.
Pat Cockcroft, the train conductor.
Yeah.
Speaking of train, our effective leader, which is Dick Zipperburn Jr., his gap to P3 or effective P2 Seth from 2 second flat coming out of the pit is down to about 1.5 seconds and counting down. Busterski, because of a turn 10 mistake, is about 1 second and a little more behind Seth. So the podium fight is still going on. We still got about 15, 16 laps or so.
Ooh, Rigatoni side by side with Martin. Down into turn 1.
Rigatoni got the inside. Trying to go out, trying to squeeze outward. See who's gonna peek ahead. That's definitely speed. No, don't die!
Oh no!
Oh my god, Rapunzel, you're gonna kill me with a heart attack.
Wait. Say you might need heart surgery with that many.
I need a transplant. I need a brand new one after this. And then Matt Artem's eyeing down inside Pencil. Is he gonna bum touch? Oh no! Whoa, that is weird. Is Martin?
Oh my gosh!
Massive under. Now they're 3 right into turn 4. Pencil on the outside, and then we got Gino, and then Oh my
They're
god.
still 3 wide.
They're still 3 wide into 4.
How did that? Oh,
Benzo's
no.
gonna get squeezed out. And then Mike Chino's also out. Oh my god, I'm gonna get a new heart. I'm gonna Uber Eats a new heart.
I almost said, how did they not make contact? And then they made contact.
Yeah.
So
But everyone pointed the right way, so at least there's the upside. Perhaps could, dude, 3 wide in the turn 4 could have ended way worse than what happened, which is.
insane.
I can't believe that went as well as it did.
Oh my god.
Of course, or a little bit before that, I don't know if you caught it on camera, Tyler Martin had rear-ended Pat Cockcroft. It was pretty light. Pat Cockcroft was fine, but it was just a little bit, it was a tap, sent him a little bit wide out into turn 3 there.
Meanwhile, Burns is attacking Queasy. He got really close into the last couple sequences. Obviously didn't try and make a pass. Oh, Rigatoni, no! What happened?
Oh, what did happen to Rigatoni?
No. What happened to my CPU?
Uh-oh.
Oh, we're getting frames back-ish. Is this a race control?
Oh, I think
misses his
he
braking
just
point.
missed entirely.
That was a really good dodge, though, from him.
Yeah, great job to keep it out, not only out of his fellow competitors, but also out of the wall. And
Hey folks, I gotta reconnect Discord.
Okay. Alright, so while that's happening, I guess the hopefully the pip is still running.
Pip is still running.
Alright, so pip is main apparently. Out front here in P6, Yarn is about 7/10 of a second back from Wood.
Oh, Rigatoni again!
Oh no! It almost makes me think that something's wrong with Rigatoni's rig, maybe?
Also, after one spin, you just
distracted
get
at this
really
point.
toasty. Yeah, he under out.
Oh, just a little bit of contact.
Yeah, that
he
one's
just-
on him.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Artem here back in P13. That looking to try and maybe make a move on Martin here. He's getting really close to into turn 1.
Is Wood going to go into the pits?
I don't know. To
Because
be
if you
honest.
notice, Wood still has not pit yet, and we're at 18 minutes remaining in this race.
Yeah.
Is he going for a mega overcut? Because I believe that if he pits right now, he should come out around 8th-ish, I think. Nah, probably a little bit further back, maybe like 10th.
We are talking about Jay Wood out in the current P1.
Oh, there's 2 Woods, aren't there?
Yes, there
Yeah,
are.
Jonathan and then Richie.
Yeah, so Jonathan Wood is the person that we're talking about in P1, currently down there in the pit. The other Wood is in provisional P4 once Wood eventually either makes his pit stop or gets disqualified for not pitting. I would assume he's going to pit, though.
It would be super unfortunate if he didn't.
I find it kind of a little bit funny if he did it deliberately, but if he just didn't know he was supposed to pit, that I'd
Just
be
for the
sad.
lows. I'm back onto
Exactly.
Burns and Ball of War with Jake Queasy. The stream on Discord's back up, FYI.
All right.
Yeah, Discord was tripping and consuming all my resources somehow.
That's exactly what you want to see. I mean, Queasy really close to the back end of Gino here. I'm not sure who's experiencing more pressure, Queasy or Gino right now, because Queasy goes wide.
Rowdy Bird coming onto the inside door, bang!
Oh, that is a massive send down the inside
And then
there.
Jason Yarens, thank you very much. Free spots, double free spots. Thanks for the donation.
I'm gonna see if I can pull up a replay of that.
Well, taking a look at our biggest movers right now, you know, just over, we're just under 3/4 the way into the race. I mentioned earlier, Matt Artem, who was up 14 spots at the time, I believe. He is up 20 spots now from where he started this race.
That's some big moving there.
That is quite some big moving.
Yeah, so for the incident with Queasy, I believe Queasy had a little bit of a moment through turn 9, went wide in between turn 9 and 10, was going a little bit slow, and then Burns saw the opportunity to try and make an overtake. I don't know if it was a safe overtake, but it was definitely an attempt. Meanwhile, we are watching Martin get past Cockcroft, maybe?
Nope, a little
not
restart from the
sure.
exit. He had a chance. That was looking enticing for sure.
Yeah, I think he had a little bit of an oversteer moment. I'm going to go ahead and pull that up here on the thing. Yeah, Cockcroft had a little bit of an understeer moment, and then on the exit of turn 6,
Oh yeah,
Martin
the
had
curb.
an oversteer moment. Yeah, trying to get power down on the curb.
Yeah, Matt
really
is
hard
gonna
to do.
try inside. Nope, not quite. Thought twice. Yeah, that usually don't end well diving inside on 10.
But that
and that
does
would-
give McKechnie a possible chance on Artem here into turn 1. He thinks better of it. But he does get a better apex and possibly a better exit, so he might have a chance here to get him up into turn 3. Although I don't know, that Ferrari does not have the power, so it'll all depend on how good of a slipstream he gets.
Artem's gone defensive a little bit, but he's kind of backed out of defensive.
Ooh, Martin on the
open.
inside. Oh no, there's contact. Martin got a little bit into.
Who got contact?
Martin in the contact
Martin, I'm
here,
replaying,
what
okay.
you're watching. Yeah, so that has set up McKechnie. No, sorry, McKechnie.
Yeah, that's McKechnie.
Yeah.
There's Artem is in the black and red Audi there, who's just gotten by Tyler Martin. Then we got McKechnie in that blue, purple, and black Ferrari right behind both of them.
Yeah, McKechnie, I think, will probably be able to get past Martin, though I'm not entirely sure, because Martin has been having, not issues, but we saw him with slight contact there. Meanwhile, out front, Roca is still about 4/10 back from Zipperburn. We are beginning to enter the closing stages here of this race, so if he wants to try and get past him, he has to do it soon, I would think.
Yeah, so bad news for Zipperburn Jr. is that Busterski dropped out. That's quite a gap between Busterski and Roger, so he's gonna have to 1v1 him for reals now.
Meanwhile,
And Richie Wood looks like just overtook Yaron. I'm gonna try to replay that. Coming into T3. Oh, it's not overtake. He
I think
was
Yaron
ahead.
was behind, and I think Yaron attempted to go for it, couldn't make it. Oh, they were very close to
They
contact.
were very
there.
close. Yeah, they were.
Oh, that my heart nearly.
wide. Oh no, it is.
Oh no, that looks expensive. Instant replay.
No.
Oh no, Pat Cockcroft! So he breaks himself, goes a little wide, and then he tries to re-enter the track, but he's
That's unsavory joint pad.
He's
Oof.
going back. He's too hot back in. Oh, but Martin and Artem now going side by side into turn 6.
McKechnie
Justin gonna put it in. And then delete Martin.
Fantasy driver, no!
Rip.
We were doing so good on like the no contact for a while, and then all of a sudden it just ends here at the end of the race.
It's all kicking off here.
I'm gonna go back to the podium with Seth Rogers really pressuring Zipperburn Jr. right now. Their last lap time is only off by 1/10. Who got purple? Of course, Seth got purple. Breaking news.
Yeah, he's got 128.5.
Yeah.
So I think it's safe to say that he probably has at least fastest lap down. No one's really close to him. There's a couple other people in the 128s, Allen and Zipperburn Jr., but nothing quite close to the 28.5s.
Well, no, at this point, unless Wood comes into the pits and puts down a flyer out of nowhere with the low fuel, new tires, Wood still has not pit. We got 10 minutes left. Wood has yet to pit. And of course, the pit window is not open until the end for the entire race. It'll close about a minute before the race does, which is just under a full lap. So.
And meanwhile, Yarn is getting a good run on Wood down into turn 9. He might try a look here.
Oh, he does.
Go for it to the inside. I don't know if Flash
back out of it. He's forced.
That's gonna compromise him. Oh, he thought again for turn 10.
I think he might have just been trying to dive for the apex there, try to get a good line.
Yeah, and he had a little bit of a moment through turn 10, just the slightest bit of oversteer. So not quite able to.
Roca and Zipperburn had a little bit of a moment on the exit of turn 1, had a little bit of oversteer, and it's opened the door for Roca, who's going to go on the inside, or around, try to go around the outside to turn 3, and he's going to, on the brakes, he's going to slow the car down. and he's gonna do it. He's done it. He's gone around Zipperburn Jr.
Yeah, I think Zipper's minimum speed was a lot lower than he should have been, or he used to drive just to be safe. I mean, in my opinion, Zipperburn is a place maybe too ahead of what he expected to be, so he's not going to risk a DNF or losing all P2's point for just trying to hold on to Seth. A little bit of risk management here instead of just going for balls to the wall, every position's elbow out.
Exactly. Meanwhile, in the back, I'm going to see if I can find it. Aoki got past Transu. So he's doing, I'll say okay on his recovery drive. Unfortunately, I apparently did not find that replay, but we got good battles going on, so we'll watch them live. Meanwhile, in the main screen, we are watching Yarn, Lee, and Alan fighting for P5. Currently, we are
Jeremy just got oversteer out of 10. Maybe get Curtis a little better chance. Down 1. Oh, Curtis, you peaked too early, man. Gotta stay in as deep as possible.
But that does give him a pretty good chance down this straight. Am I remembering correctly that the Lexus is really fast?
Yes, very high top speed, even higher than the Mustang, I do believe, but not the best brakes. And we can see that. Oh, but Yaron going a little deep into the corner. That could open the door for Curtis Lee. But I don't think it will, because he's just not able to get the drive out of the corner to get alongside. So I think Yaron is safe for now.
Yeah, we got this top speed on good brakes, and the brakes will probably win just about every time as long as he's able to keep clean at corner exits throughout the rest of the race. But we will have to see. Especially when the Ferrari, I believe it's much better through corners than the Lexus is. Meanwhile, Wood is finally into the pits.
Oh, he has remembered, and he's into the pits, and this will mean that our eventual leaders will now become the actual leaders. As Roca rounds the final corner, Zipperburn right behind him. There's not much space between the two of them. And they go right past Wood, who's still sitting in his pit stall. Be interesting to see where he comes out.
Yeah, I'm expecting him to come out maybe around P12, but I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I speak of Silverburn Jr. not being or not having the pace near Rocha. After being passed, he's holding on pretty good. He's holding on to P2 pretty good. The gap between Seth and Dick didn't grow much, nor the gap between P2, P3 between Junior and Busterski. Actually, Busterski is dropping off. I wonder what is happening. The gap was a second plus smaller.
Could just be a Porsche tires moment.
Could be.
His most recent lap was invalidated, so it could have been an issue somewhere. Not entirely sure, but could have been.
It was not only invalidated, it was a solid 8/10 off of the two drivers ahead of him, and 2/10 off a driver behind him.
Meanwhile, the other Wood has come out, and he's all the way down in P22.
So that overcut not working out for him.
Absolutely not, but he might try and go for fastest lap, maybe? I kind of doubt he'll be able to get it, but he might try.
I don't know if those fresh tires, low fuel.
Yeah, but
track temperature is lower than it was. Track temperature is lower than it was during qualifying, so he might be able to find some time that he couldn't find in qualifying.
His personal best time is a 1:28.9. And that was in the practice server, and the current best overall lap is Seth Roca out here in the lead with a 1:28.5, so I don't think he'll be able to get it, but he will most certainly try. Meanwhile, Cockcraft gets around Townsend.
I'm gonna replay that. I barely missed that. Coming to 7 and 8 when gravel. Free spot for Pet.
Absolutely.
Then we've got Rigatoni in the back, but Townsend is still looking down the back of Pet Cockcraft. Oh, Pet went wide.
Token.
Yeah,
token there.
that is a speed token. Yeah, and then Rigatoni is eyeing down Townsend's back. Townsend's holding on to the inside. Rigatoni on the outside, on the inside again. It's gonna outbreak a Porsche. That's a tough thing to do. A little nudge, no biggie. But Rigatoni is gonna lose a spot. Now Jay Wood is threatening Townsend's first spot. Jay Wood got inside. Inside is really difficult to fight in turn 4. High fatality rate, but D3 actually did really good fighting around turn 4.
Yeah, they've done really good at fighting around the outside of corners. It's been a little surprising, especially with other races that I've seen. A little bit further ahead in P14 and 15, Queasy and Dutton are fighting. Dutton had been side by side with Queasy in between turn 4 and 5, but not so much. As meanwhile, Rigatoni.
Oh, Townsend.
I'm not
Replaying.
sure what happened. They're both stopped there.
There's a Porsche ahead. I don't know who is that.
The Porsche ahead is
958. Oh, Townsend went around to gravel. Now the side by side. Oh, that is a tricky call. I don't know what to call. Who's at? Oh my God! And they got nailed, Townsend.
car was that?
My.
Was that Reg?
The white
sure. I
Porsche.
think
That's
that was
all I
Reg,
could
yeah.
tell.
I think
Could
that
be
was
Reg.
Reg because that's a white Porsche. Does he have
Yes,
damage?
that looks like Reg.
That definitely has to have damage.
Oh, it was Reg. Look, I just saw his front end on the camera. His front end is destroyed. It was Reg.
Yeah, that looked
Alright.
quite expensive.
Yeah, you can see the front end of the Reg right
Oh
there.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not looking great.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
look at
there's
the
something you can really
log.
do in that situation either. Meanwhile, on the main screen here, we are watching the battle for P5.
Yep, P5 and
Lee
6.
Lee is still fighting Yarn here to try and get into, not quite podium, but still top 5. And Yarn is still also chasing Arwood to get into P4. We are getting down to the last probably 2 or 3 laps. I'm not sure if it'll be 2 or 3 laps after this.
I think it'll be 3 because at minute and a half lap time. Leader's already through sector 1, so that'll be 2 laps plus a little bit more time for the third.
That was very close there.
That's some good close battle.
Yeah, some very good braking there, but
Excellent
nearly
braking.
sent me. Meanwhile, a little bit back, the other Yarn brother is trying to
Dutton
take
and
on
Queasy?
Gino.
Dutton and Queasy. Dutton to the inside. Queasy tries to get the switch back. Oh, a little bit of contact, but it looks like they're writing itself out. I do believe that move is done and dusted.
I do believe so. You know, I'm going to go back to the front here and watch Lee as he tries to take on Yarn. He got really close a little bit ago, but seems to have backed off more now. Yarn might have a chance for the next few corners. He's a lot better on the brakes than Wood, so as long as he's able to stay with him into turn 1 or turn 3, he has a really good chance to beat him on the brakes.
But the issue is, no, I'm not sure how good the acceleration is on that 488. I know the 296 doesn't have the best acceleration. I'm not sure about the 488.
I don't think 488 is great either.
But I do know McLaren doesn't have the best brakes.
Yes, it doesn't come with brakes, period. It's a DLC that has not been released.
Okay.
I see, I understand now.
That makes sense for almost trying to drive it earlier.
Yeah.
So coming into turn 4, oh, the exit of Yarn's a little not great. I'll say turn 4 is a good spot for Yarn to attempt because of the brake delta between. Oh my God, Curtis coming in hard.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my.
Outbraking himself a little bit, manages to keep it on track.
I'll go ahead and pull up a replay of that while you watch the main thing.
Yep, there was a braking reference somewhere for Curtis.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
probably
not
falling a little
exactly
too
sure.
close.
Probably.
Well, too close us. He blocks his vision.
Oh, we are on the last lap. So Roca has begun his final lap of the race. We'll have to see where he comes out, or if anyone is able to make any last passes. Wood got past Cockcroft. I think Cockcroft had another off-track incident. I'll see if I can find that.
J Wood, not R Wood, correct?
Yes, J Wood.
Yeah. Gonna say R Wood up in P4. I don't think he's fighting with Pat Cockcroft right now.
Yeah, no.
No.
That was
No
just
Pat
that was
Cockcroft.
an overtake. You know, I'm going to go ahead and watch Roca as he finishes our last lap of the race. But
He has managed to make a gap in front of Zipperburn now within these last few laps. You know, Zipperburn really hasn't fallen off the pace that much. They're still pretty neck and neck pace-wise, but you know, it's just been that consistency from Roca, just a little bit faster every lap, building that gap.
Yarn goes a little bit deep into turn 4. I don't think it'll affect him much, but Lee did get a little bit closer through that corner.
It's all or nothing.
To beat him.
Ooh, Yarn goes a little bit wide on the entrance into turn 6, gets a little squirrely on exit 2, and now they're going
apex.
through turn 7, through turn 8. He missed that apex on turn 7, yeah.
As Seth Roach is coming into the last turn, I'm gonna cross the checker
Oh,
flag.
he's looking for it. Oh, he's gonna send it.
Oh,
he
that was
backed out
close. He
at the
thought
last
about it. And then we got Zipperburn Jr. P3. Busterski P3. Oh, sorry. Dick Zipperburn Jr. was P2. And then we got Richie. Just Dave in the chat talk about Richie Wood. He did pretty well.
Absolutely.
Jeremy, Curtis, Russell.
Lost a whole bunch of lost 3 positions. Artem had an issue.
Artem.
Justin. Oh no.
Oh no, what happened to Artem? Can we get a replay?
Oh,
on
Jake Queasy barely outran Dutton.
Is he out of fuel?
He
Oh
might
Artem out of
no.
fuel? He made
That
it
would
to
be
the
a
line.
curse.
Oh my goodness, that is super unfortunate for Artem. He made
Penzo got a
I don't know what position he
plus
was
60
driving
second for
already
some
leaving.
reason.
Yeah, he gets past the line just barely.
That's super unfortunate for Artem, and he was having a pretty good race too. I mean, he was up so many positions.
Oh, Riccatoni is a plus 60.
Yeah, I wonder what happened. Speed token, I'm guessing?
Final lap speed token could be it.
Because I don't remember seeing a meatball.
I don't either.
I don't think his car was bad enough to have a meatball.
Yeah, I don't know. But looking to the actual rest of the race, Roca is your winner, followed by Zipperburn and Boosterski for our top 3. Really good race there. We will go ahead and pull them in to do an interview here in just a short moment. But before then, what do you guys think of how this race went?
Oh my gosh. This was an absolutely wild race. I mean, I think last week we had a pretty wild opening few laps, but this week I feel like was on a different level compared to last week. We physically could not keep track of all the battles going down.
I'm gonna have to go on Black Market and buy a new hard after this.
Oh yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna put Seth in. Hello, Seth. Welcome to YouTube.
What's going on, guys?
How was the fight? You were fighting practically the full 60 minutes.
Yeah, at the start, right as soon as it let us go for the formation lap, my pedal like half broke. It started bending weird. That's why right off the start of the race I lost that position off the start that put me in that fight. Just kind of sucks, but it happens.
What I'm gonna have to ask, what pedal do you have so I don't get it?
it's the CRP2s. I think it's just the screw came loose that I didn't tighten, but it's like bending. The actual pedal is bending forward. That's kind of weird. So it's not broken. I think it was a user error.
Well, good fight. You were fighting with Busterski for way long. Have you thought about undercut even more? Like, what was the debate, or was there one you're just gonna stick with about just before halfway?
Yeah, so once I got stuck behind him, and yeah, I could see he was defending really good. at a certain point, I did try to go for the undercut, and I had a great entry, but when I got dropped off the jacks, I thought I hit the ignition, but I didn't. So there was like a 3 seconds like dead air. I just sat there. So the undercut was pretty much dead after that, and then so we ended up right in the same spot when he pitted. He covered it off pretty well. He pitted right the next lap, so I didn't have time to get tires warm or get a good lap in. So it was good on him. It was a good cover off.
All right, so this now makes, I believe, 3 race wins in a row for you. Spa, Hungaroring, and then obviously this race here at Red Bull Ring. How have you managed to, be this consistently fast? And then how far do you think you're going to get promoted for next season?
Well, hopefully this one sticks. Me and Boosterski had 2 touches where I kind of spun him, so I don't know if that's going to be a penalty. So we'll see if I stay first. But in terms of everything, it's just practice. I got lucky with this track. Or last week, I realized it was the LFM track, so I spent all week racing this track in tandem with practicing for Hungaroring. So I got lucky. I already had the practice down for this race. But I'm a little more motivated since Adam is not coming back till next week. So I was really just trying to hold points for the team so we can still win the team championship as well. So a little more motivation helps.
Always does. Mac, do you have any questions for him?
No, I think you guys pretty much covered everything I was going to talk about.
All right, I still got one more question.
Here.
Okay.
Next week, how are you feeling about mixed condition in Barcelona?
I don't have any, I might have 30 minutes on Barcelona, so it's gonna be some work cut out for this one for sure.
It sounds like early sandbagging is what I'm saying.
I agree, Trey.
All right.
Well,
I totally forgot to answer your question from the last question. I hope I don't go higher than D2. I think D2 would be right where I need to be. I think D1 would be a little far.
From the chat, your quality time would fit right in the top half of D1.
I do see that. I don't think I have the racecraft to fight those guys though. So I think I might quality good, but when it comes to fighting, I might fall off. So maybe like D2 gold is what I would hope for. But if they put me in D1, I'm gonna fight it. So I'm gonna go for it. So we'll see how it goes.
All right. So unless Cube or Mac, you have any more questions, I will just ask: is there anyone that you'd like to give a shout out to?
Man, I'd like to shout out Adam again. He's coming back next week, and I think he's gonna come back. He's eager to come home, so he's gonna come back and fight. So I'm looking forward to that.
All right, congrats for the triple header.
Thanks,
well,
guys.
even though you don't have a lot of experience in the Barcelona, I hope you do well next week. I'll send you back to the race chat.
Awesome, thanks guys. Have a good
Congrats.
night.
Thank you.
All right, next would be Zippy. Let me move Zippy in here. Hello, Dick Zipperburn Jr.
Hello, how's it going?
Was it tight?
It was tight. It was very tight.
Do you know you are still potential winner of the race?
Yeah, I'm hoping that there might be a penalty on my side. I usually just hope for a good conscience and clean race for everybody, but right now there's a little bit of hope for a 5-seconder, yeah.
I gotta say, I didn't expect you to hold on to Seth this well after he overtook you. I was
yeah, you know,
you go.
I was hoping to just stay within 5 seconds on the off chance. You know, I mean that's not the best way to win a race, obviously, but I'll take take any points I can take off of Seth. Yeah, I was a little bit surprised too. I mean, he was crushing everybody in the leaderboards throughout the week, so you know, to be able to actually stick with him a little bit and run away. We had an awesome battle with Perstuski at the beginning as well. So we were just talking in the briefing about how much fun everybody had, and it was fairly clean. I mean, you guys obviously saw more of the race, but so far it seems like everybody had a good time.
It was. I always imagine I was in your seat in the third place, eyeing hopefully something gonna happen up front that you get 2 free spots. Were you excited, or were you anxious, or hoping something's gonna happen?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you know, I hope everybody just gets a clean race for the most part, but that was definitely keeping them within my reach. I mean, if they had kind of sorted themselves out, I think both of them would have ran away. like when Seth had open air after he pitted. I think, again, I don't know the times and all that because I was driving, but I think his pace picked up and Brstuski's did as well. So yeah, them fighting kind of kept me in it, and then of course you hope you win the racing lottery, and I guess I did. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked. It's gonna see what happens, but that's if it is a win, that's gonna be my first one since my first season in Division 6. So at one of my favorite tracks too. So I'm hoping, my fingers are crossed.
Well, congrats, definitely, for the potential win. Well, you two take ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'll say thanks to the wife and you know the mom and all that stuff that watches, and OBDA and all the little helpful hints and stuff like that I get from those guys, and this love and the support from the friends and family. I try and say that every time. So, and thanks to you guys as well. So very much appreciated.
Thank you, Mac. Before I ask my question, do you have any questions for him?
How was the front row seat to that great battle between Boosterski and Rocha for the first 15-20 minutes of the race?
You know, I come from the racing side. I know some guys play this as a video game, but from the racing side of the hobby, I guess it was a blast even to watch that. You know, I'm trying to not screw my own lap up, but yeah, you get sucked into watching quite a bit. They had quite a fair battle, and of course the little tap there let me through. But other than that, it was all clean and great. So yeah, it was awesome to watch.
All right, last question that I have that I think will send you back down. What went into your idea for the pit strategy? Because I think it was you who didn't pit until like the last 20 minutes or so of the race.
Yeah, about 25 left. I was watching my Delta, honestly, right? Like I was kind of tracking with the guys in front of me and not losing too much time because they were battling, but still pretty quick. And then I was a couple tenths down every couple laps, but still around my personal best for the stint. So I just didn't really have any reason to not jump in, and I was hoping that maybe a little bit of better tires at the end would help me either fight off Seth or Brstuski and stick with them. So I think it paid off. I mean, who knows? Maybe if I pitted earlier, it would have been better. But yeah, I didn't really have a reason to come in. The Delta was fine. So yeah.
Well, congrats for the potential win. We still gotta wait for the penalty in a couple of days. But either way, yeah. It's a great point for you and your team. So
yeah, thank you guys very much. It's appreciated.
Well, congrats, and we'll send you back.
Thank you.
All right, and then we have Boosterski, who is muted. Hopefully we get to talk to him.
Well, he said he's ready, so go ahead and pull him in.
Hello, Boosterski. Is this Jacob? You're on YouTube right now. You are muted, by the way.
Oh, hey, sorry about that.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
How was the fight? You got quite a good launch and into T1.
Yeah, no, I was lucky to get ahead on lap 1. And yeah, from there it was just desperate defending against whatever his name is in P2. So, but he had so much pace, Rocha, or however you pronounce it.
Yeah, Rocha.
Yeah, he just it was desperate defending. In retrospect, I probably should have let him go because I lost a lot of time and it cost me probably P2. But that's okay. P3 is
I gotta say,
fine.
your defense into T3 was excellent. Like time after time, you try inside, outside, mostly outside, but you just fend him off pretty much every time. There was some contact there. What was going on in your mind with those small contacts that you made with him?
Well, you know what? I was just trying to cover the inside, and then get a good exit. Sometimes you oversteer, understeer, and there's a little bit of contact, but that's racing, right? Hopefully, I didn't. I think it was all within the rules. Hopefully, anyway.
In my perspective, you were pretty clean. How about Mac and Trey? You guys got a question for Jacob?
I do kind of want to ask. So you were spending, it was better. It was at least half the race, I think it was, keeping Rocha behind you. you know, what was going through your head for that entire time as you were getting just hounded by that, by Rocha, up until he, till, like, it was a great defense, but, like, what was going through your mind during that?
Well, I was trying to focus on the areas where I was at least as fast as him, or a little bit faster. So, yeah, trying to keep it clean so that I could at least gain a little bit before the straights. For some reason, his I don't know if it's because I think I put too much fuel in because I think I had like 15 liters left at the end, and that's also what was slowing me down on straightaways. So. For me, it was just focusing on trying to get the best exit as much as possible, so that by the end of the straight, the best he could do was just basically be right next to me, and as long as I covered the inside of the turn, you know, I seem to, you know, have some luck there and come out on top. It was a little bit nerve-wracking.
I can imagine. So
great fun though.
Yeah. So I don't have any big questions. Have we asked you yet for shout-outs yet, or?
I don't think so. Shoutouts?
Yes.
My teammate Randy Burns. Shout out to him. He had an opportunity to participate today. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was fun because both you and Roka were obviously fighting, but then both of your teammates were also fighting each other.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Burns and Queasy were fighting for basically the entirety of the race. So it was kind of fun dynamic there.
Yeah, it was fun. It was great fun. I'm happy to get another podium, you know. So hopefully I can keep the momentum.
Well, congrats on the podium. We will hopefully see you next week in Barcelona.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. What a race we got, and I'm gonna get a new heart surgery or transplant or something after this.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. My god, I
Might need to be put on life support.
I jumped out of the seat at least twice. I think this may be the first time I've done that. Oh, it's exhausting. All right, so we got next week Barcelona, mixed condition. This is the first time ever in SRA, I believe. So the rain or dry or the track time is going to be Russian roulette. It's going to be really, really difficult to prepare for that. So I don't know if I'm looking forward to that.
It's going to be really interesting with the tire pressures because I get the feeling there's going to be a ton of guesswork in your tire pressures.
Yeah, it's going to be a Russian
when it comes to your
roulette.
pit stop. And it's going to be like, I just think that has the potential to sow tons and tons of chaos. Because you're going to have to prepare a setup, you're going to have to prepare a strategy, because we're trying to get it mixed conditions, but there's also the possibility that it does remain entirely dry or entirely wet through the entire race. And so you're going to have to prepare possibilities for each of those.
Yeah, I'm personally hoping for a dry race that gets absolutely soaked by the end of the race.
That would be fun. I would actually prefer it the other way, because I don't know, I just feel like that'd be a little bit interesting to see all those people who've been used to the wet conditions with heavy fuel, and then all of a sudden they're put on a dry track, dry tires with lower fuel, and like the pace difference you're gonna see there.
Yeah, the transition period is definitely gonna be very difficult to track, especially most of us don't have a lot of experience to experiment with the transition period. So it's going to be chaotic for sure, but I'm going to look at it 1 week at a time. We all three still got a race tomorrow. Hopefully we all learn something here at Red Bull Ring tonight.
Nope, learned nothing.
Yeah, I don't know what I took away, except get good and be fast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so please turn back tomorrow. We got same time, 7 or 9 Eastern, 6 o'clock Western. On YouTube, we got D4, D6, Twitch, SRA.GG. Welcome to join us. Twitch is D2, correct. Yes, and please join us, like and subscribe our channel, both on YouTube and Twitch. Yes, and join us at SRA.gg. Join our league, race, and practice with us. Had been a long one. This is Crewmaster, and we got Mac Morgan and then Trey Morgan, the Morgan brothers.
See y'all tomorrow or next week, whenever you're with us next.
Have a good night.